Look at her nodding her head so patronizingly to him.
Why are you nodding your head so patronizing?
Why would you be directing that question at me? He explained it. Didn't he? Can we play that over again?
Yes. He did explain it. He explained it perfectly right in the beginning.
I would agree with the person that said she looked like a huge,
perfectly.
A guy who could deadlift 1,000 pounds who was forcing a shit out. She does. She looks that stressed.
A sort of outspoken and very vocal advocate for Time's Up and Me Too. I'm
right there.
How you feel.
Right there. First sentence. You've been very vocal and outspoken about Me Too.
Great question.
Do you plan to see
He could be an effeminate man with a cold.
Do you plan
You're
to
asking
see
me that?
Yes.
that guy.
Why?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't understand the correlation or why me specifically.
You're not listening.
Oh,
then.
just you were on the advisory council, Celebrity Advisory Council for Time's Up. I think the Johnny Depp case has been very well played out in American and international media. There's been some controversy about that film being chosen to play out of competition in open can. So I'm just curious if you will see it and how you feel about its selection.
How you feel about its selection?
Well, you'll see, I guess, if I'll see it, and I don't know how I'll feel about it.
My question is, are you going to see it at all? You never answered my original question.
You're on the
Could you
board.
please be a little bitchier in your answer?
You're on the board.
And could we just at least acknowledge the fact that you weren't listening to my question the first time I asked it?
Me?
I'm just an effeminate man
specifically?
with a cold.
The one that's on the board?
Ask a question to fully
Me Too?
explain the question.
I'm an effeminate robot with a cold.
Why me? Why not this guy that's not on the board?
Doesn't he sound like a robot?
That you made me. He does sound a little robotic. He sounds like a robotic, effeminate man with a cold.
Sort of outspoken and very vocal.
I love the way he says "see it." By the way,
advocate for Time's Up and Me Too. I'm curious how you feel about Johnny Depp's film opening the festival, and do you plan to see it?
See it.
You're asking me
I
that?
love the way he said "see it." I got to hear that again.
There's a stress accent on the T.
Do you plan to see it?
Do you plan to see it?
Do you plan to see it?
Why are you asking me?
Opening the festival, and do you plan to see it?
See it.
You're asking me that?
Yes.
Yes, you're on the board.
Wait. I don't even care about her
Is the
anymore.
guy, are either guy next to you that I'm not looking at? Are either one of them on the Time's Up board? Are either one of them on the Time's Up board?
I want to hear him say yes. It is such an emphatic yes. Yes.
Time's Up and Me Too. I'm curious how you feel about Johnny Depp's film opening the festival, and do you plan to see it?
You're asking me that?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't understand the correlation.
I will repeat it over again for you. I just
The correlation. What's correlated? He asked a question. He explained why he asked a question. What do you mean the correlation? That's what I would have said.
That's the
what do you mean by the correlation? I don't think we're
computing. The correlation would be you are on the advisory council where you go see it.
I don't think we're correlating anything in this case. I think we're just asking a question about if you're going to see the Johnny Depp movie. And I asked it because you're on the advisory board for Time's Up.
You're on the board.
What do you mean by correlation? Could you explain that before I explain what you want me to explain, which is stupid?
I don't understand why you don't understand what my correlation question is when you see it.
And do you plan to see it?
Do you plan? We need that drop. Do you plan to see it?
Can we play the whole thing over again, please?
Yeah, gladly.
A sort of outspoken and very vocal advocate for Time's Up and Me Too. I'm curious how you feel about Johnny Depp's film opening the festival, and do you plan to see it?
He's pushing his voice.
You're asking me that?
Yes.
He's so pushing his voice.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't understand the correlation or why
I will
me
repeat it again.
specifically.
Oh, just you were on the advisory council.
Wait, about a new one.
For Time's Up. I think the Johnny Depp case has been very well played out in American and
Played out.
I love it when he goes, oh! That's a new guy. Oh, I'll gladly
you were on
repeat
the
it.
advisory council.
Oh, sure.
You were on the advisory council, Celebrity Advisory Council for Time's Up. I think the Johnny Depp case has been very well played out in American and international media. There's been some controversy about that film being chosen to play out of competition in open can. So I'm just curious.
I am pushing my voice very hard. That's why I said
Time's
Up.
Well, you'll see, I guess, if I'll see it, and I don't know how I'll feel about it if I do.
Are the guys on either side of you?
Would you be a bigger bitch about it?
But I'm just
Are they on the
wondering.
council for Me Too?
I know I'll know after the fact if you will see it, but I'm just wondering if it is in your plans to go see it. Is it on your
Sort
Google
of
Calendar?
outspoken and very vocal
advocate
for Time's Up.
Why does she
and
hold
Me
her
Too.
chest, like her hand over her heart, too? Like, oh, heavens.
Me?
Oh, Johnny Depp's name has been uttered. Oh! By the way, he won his lawsuit.
Yeah.
Brie. He won the lawsuit. She was abusive to him. Are you angry at Amber Heard? That's my follow-up question.
I have a follow-up question for the gentleman sitting next to you. Do you feel stupid with that tiny little bottle when you're such a hulking size of a man?
Also, why don't you
Look at that
straight
guy.
from the bottle
That-
instead
honestly-
of putting it into dirtying a glass?
Because the bottle's too small, Brandon. Look at that dude.
If you were naked right now, would you have an even smaller bottle to make your penis look larger? Is that what you're doing?
When you're done with that bottle, will you put it next to your penis to make it look bigger when you take a picture to send a dick pic? Because people will think it is the normal size bottle, but it is clearly just about half a pint. Honestly, this guy is, how big is that dude?
That's a big dude. He's
That's
an actor. I've seen him
I would describe him as a
before.
beefcake.
I want to say that he's the dude in the beginning of Inglourious Bastards that's hiding the hiding the girls under
no,
the
that's
family.
not him.
That's him. I'm
Only if
telling
he-
you.
only if he
You
ate
said
another
this
human.
is in Cannes, France. That guy's French.
This doesn't mean she's not. I don't think Brie Larson, are you French?
I have a question for the gentleman with this tiny bottle of Perrier or whatever.
It looks ridiculous. And it's giant
That's
bits.
the guy smoking the pipe in the beginning of Inglourious Bastards.
Are you,
think so?
Yeah.
Are you unscrewing that tiny bottle like your life depended on it because you want people to think that you bench more than you really do?
Opening the festival, and do you plan to see it?
And for that beefcake next to, do you plan to drink it?
That's definitely that guy. I should get an award for that.
Why can't I can't hear Brie Larson anymore.
I just want to hear.
You were on the advisory council, Celebrity Advisory Council for Time's Up. I think the Johnny
That
Depp
bottle, I
case
can't
has been
stop
very
looking
well
at that
played
bottle.
out in American and national media. There's been some controversy about that film being chosen to play out of competition in open
You hear
can.
it.
So I'm just
talking
curious
so
if you will
Right,
see it
Brandon.
and how you feel about its selection here.
Well, you'll see, I guess, if I'll see it. And
Oh, she's mocking
I don't know
his
how
see
I'll feel
it.
about it if I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you so nasty?
Was she promoting the Marvel? Was she promoting a Marvel movie? Like, what is she in?
She's on the jury of the Cannes Film
She gets to
Festival.
vote.
She has to
So of
vote.
course she's going to
So
watch the movie because she's got to vote on it.
Oh, that makes the question even better.
It was a good question. And she answered it in a way that suggested that it was a little bit iffy as far as whether she would watch the movie in light of the fact that she's part of the B2 movement.
How could you be part of the Me Too movement when you're also on the Cannes Jury Festival?
It's impossible to be part of the B2 movement and then expect to rationally judge a Johnny Depp movie.
Are you able to separate the art from the artist? Artist.
Are
I
you
like to stress my T's.
Are you going to check your participation in the B2 movement at the door before you join the jury to vote on these movies?
These
Because
boobies.
the B2 movement could certainly impact your vote when you are on the jury to award these movies that are indeed the most outstanding.